man is strong, yea, a man of knowledge increases strength. For by wise counsel you wage your own war, and indeed, in the multitude of counselors there is safety. Yes, this is a program that brings you wise counsel. Wise counsel empower you to wage a war that will bring you to a successful end. This is the Pillars Golden Moment, and I'm always excited because it's a golden moment where we bring very wise and wonderful women and men, great and powerful people making impact to bring us counsel that will take us to our next level. Thank you for joining once again. And today, our topic is interesting as usual. Discipline costs. Does it? Discipline costs. Well, we are going to talk to Apostle Captain AJ. And he's I think when we start, you will know who he is. He's young but very wise. And today I'm ready not only to be a hostess, but also to learn words of wisdom. Let's go and have a wonderful moment with Apostle Captain AJ Samuel. Apostle AJ is a married man to a wonderful wife, very humble and beautiful woman with 3 children, yes. And he is the founder of Zion Chapel. And it's a powerful church that really is zooming on youth and empowering them mightily. And I think his headquarters is in Sunyani here, but he has other branches in Kumasi and other places. He is an inspirational speaker. Not just an inspirational speaker, but he impacts lives and pushes people who have thrown their hands and said, I cannot make it. He pushes them back into their destiny. You're going to have a golden moment. Apostle, you're welcome.
Thank you, Mom.
Please, can I call you Apostle?
Yes,
okay.
Please.
Thank you so much for coming on the Pillars Golden Moments.
Wow, thank you. And thank you for having me. And a very warm greetings to your followers and your viewers who have been following all this while and who have been staying around. I'm very excited to be here. I've always been following it, so to be sitting here on the seat of the great people is a big honor. I'm great to be here.
You are a great man. You're a great man.
Thank you.
So thank you so much.
Yes, Mom.
Discipline costs, does it?
Once again, thank you, and thank you for having me here. This is the Pillars Golden Moment. I believe for our previous broadcast has been an eternal blessing. We trust God that this question you just asked will add up to the blessings that we have been receiving from this platform. Does discipline cost? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And just like you have asked the question, I will want to center my short presentation around the cost of discipline. The cost of discipline, or the place of discipline. Okay. If you are privileged to be watching us, we need you to stay touched. We need you to invite somebody. We need you to share. Yeah. This is something you must never miss. You may have to listen over and over and over again.
That's very true.
Because we believe it will bless your life.
Yes.
Mommy, to start with, whenever such a statement is made, the first question that comes to the mind of the person watching or listening is, what is discipline? What then is discipline? The cost of discipline in achieving or fulfilling destiny. Everybody has a destiny. God spoke to Jeremiah and said, before you were a clot of blood in your mother's womb, I knew you. I had ordained you a prophet, prepared you for the nations. That was the destiny for Jeremiah in particular. But what is the cost Jeremiah is supposed to pay in order to fulfill that destiny? There are a lot of people with wonderful talents, a lot of kids with beautiful, amazing talents. But the talent in itself is not enough for destiny fulfillment. The cost of discipline in the place of destiny fulfillment. Very simple definition for the word discipline today. It's something I need you always to remember. This is very simple. Discipline is bringing yourself under commandment. Bringing yourself under commandment. Discipline. Bringing yourself under commandment. No matter who you are, within this 2021, if you can learn to bring yourself under commandment, it means you are living a disciplined life.
Okay.
But if you are not bringing yourself under commandment, it means you are living an indisciplined life. So number one, for the person who is asking, what is discipline? The straightforward response I need you to have from this encounter is bringing yourself under commandment. From the scripture, Apostle Paul said something quite phenomenal. Apostle Paul, very anointed, a very powerful preacher, said in 1 Corinthians chapter 9 and 27 that after I preach to other people, I bring myself under subjection, so that at the end of the day, I myself will not be a castaway. So Apostle Paul was talking about discipline here. That is after he has done with the prophesying, with the healing, with the preaching, with all that, he himself has to discipline himself in order not to be a castaway on the most important day. So discipline simply has to do with bringing yourself under commandment.
Mm-hmm.
Once this is mentioned, it's very important to mention the two types of discipline I have seen so far, which is worth sharing with our cherished viewers.
Wow.
Number one is self-discipline.
Okay.
Self-discipline. And then number two is imposed discipline. Imposed discipline. Number one, self-discipline. Number two, imposed discipline.
I'm taking notes, so please take notes.
Imposed discipline. I want to start from number two, imposed discipline. When we say imposed discipline, you may be asking, what is that one too? Imposed discipline is when somebody helps you to be disciplined. When somebody ensures you are living a disciplined life. When there is an authority in place to ensure that you bring yourself under commandment, under control. For example, one time I had the privilege of coming to your school, the Golden Intellectuals School, and when I got there, I realized the uniform dress for everybody in the school, especially for the staff. And when I was having a time with them, I could realize their comportment and all that. Right after I engaged one of your staff, and I said, how is it that virtually everything is in line like this here? And he said, because there is an authority that ensures discipline.
Wow.
In this environment. That is imposed discipline. I remember some years back at the secondary school, whenever it was after evening dining, there was a compulsory prep.
Yeah.
You know, at the secondary school, your parents are taking you there to learn. But you know, the teachers have come to realize that you are too young to decide for yourself that every evening you must sit down and learn. Okay. So they impose that on you.
Okay.
Go and learn. That is imposed discipline.
If not, some will never go.
Some will never go. So it has to be imposed on you.
Okay.
I remember, quite funny, was siesta. The principle of siesta. You know, after sitting in class for quite some time, when school has closed, you have to go to the dormitory, rest, sleep, get up, freshen yourself. And that one too, teachers have to use cane
That one we don't like it.
to force us. So the reason for that part of punishment, the imposed discipline, is that you aren't matured enough. You are unable to choose what is right and wrong.
Okay.
So somebody must force you to do what is right. Finally, as an example, I remember in growing up in a Muslim home. I was born a Muslim, raised a Muslim, until the point of my conversion.
Okay.
We had a grandfather, and he was just terrible. He was terrible. He was our grandfather, and our grandfather was terrible.
Wow.
Terrible in the sense that he was so much a disciplined person. You can't just do anything around him. When he is there, you won't go to the masalachi. It is not possible.
You will not eat.
You So because of his nature, he imposed it on everybody amongst us. But the problem is, right when he died,
the cat is away.
The cat is away. The soldier man is gone. So naturally, everybody started doing what was inbuilt to do. So I introduced the limitation of the imposed discipline. For example, you are home right now with your parents, and your parents are Christians, they are godly people, and as long as you are in the house, they ensure that you are going to church every Sunday, you are not loitering around with guys, you are not going around with ladies, and finally you are no more home. You have gone to campus, to the university.
That is it.
You've gone to the secondary school, you are in the university. Freedom. There is no more an imposed discipline on you. What do you then resort to in a time like that? There was a church member I had some time. I used to follow up closely on the person. Don't do this, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, because the person was in Sunyani. Finally, the person had admission to travel outside the country to pursue a program. So before the person would leave, I sat down in the office with the person and I said, now, imposed discipline is over. We are now going to the first type of discipline, because for where you are going, there is no way we can be there to force you to do this or not to do that. You may be a privileged person living under imposed discipline. I encourage you, it's so important, it's so good, it's a necessity. You may be a parent, a man of God, a leader, imposing discipline over your people. It's to be encouraged.
Thank you so much. Well, this is the Pillars Golden Moment, and we're having a good time, course. I'm sure you are really baffled already. Well, let's do this. 1,000 gold pass. We do this for orphans and rural children. We want to put a golden smile on their face this Christmas up till the 6th of March. Children are now going home. The COVID ban has been lifted. We have some exercise books here, some math sets, crayons, beautiful things to give to the children in the rural areas to also energize them to go to school. And you know one thing, whatever seed you sow in the life of an orphan, that will make sure that your children will never be orphans, which means that you will also be preserved. This is one avenue, and I want parents to come on board and support us to put 1,000 smiles on 1,000 children's faces and beyond. Join us. Let's do this 1,000 gold pack and bless children. And also, as you can see these lovely paper bags, we are proudly sponsored by Divinely Rhythmic, where we do beautiful paper bags. You like it? For boutiques, hotels, funerals, whichever. And whenever you place an order, you are helping us to put smile on children's faces. So come on board and let's do some good business. All right. So we're having a good time. And please remember to share to all your friends and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Okay? And hit that notification button, because I want you to always be the first to watch all our beautiful programs. Okay? So please, let's now go back and go on. I'm sure it's the self-discipline, right? I'm just eager. And you see I'm quiet and I'm listening. I'm writing notes. Let's go have a golden moment.
Wow.
So, well, imposed self-discipline. Let's hear it. I'm already...
Wow. So, like I did say from the introduction, 2 types of discipline. The first one is the self-discipline, and the second one is the imposed discipline.
Yeah.
So we have finished looking at the imposed discipline. Yes. Now to the main thing which I'm to share with our followers and our viewers. Wow. That is self-discipline. Self-discipline. Self-discipline is bringing yourself under commandment. Oh. Self-discipline is determining what you must do and what you must not do in order to fulfill destiny. Self-discipline is not you yourself imposing it over yourself, that because of this I want to do, because of this I want to do, because of this I want to get to, because of this place I want to get to, this is what I must not do. And this is what I must do. Wow. That is self-discipline. Until you have the edge for self-discipline, no imposed discipline can bring you to the place of destiny. So, 2021, as I go to school, I want to come out as a first-class student. If that is your objective, if that is your goal, if that is your ambition, then you sit back and you ask yourself, in order to come out as a first-class student, what must I do? What must I not do?
Wow.
And you bring yourself under this commandment. So you place a command over your own life. I remember meeting a footballer, and when we met, we were talking. He said he would want to play like Messi one day, and he had such a fantastic dream, such a fantastic vision. So after we finished speaking, I asked him, what commandment have you brought yourself under? And he was watching me in amazement. Do I have to bring myself under any commandment in order to play like Messi? And I said, oh, really?
Wow.
Yes, you must.
Yes, you should. Wow.
Self-discipline. And this is where many people are missing it, including, unfortunately, the youth of our days and of our generation. Prayer has its place.
Yes.
Wisdom has its place.
Prophecy has its place.
Prophecy has its place. But there is a place for discipline. If ignored, no matter your talent, no matter your potential, no matter no matter your ambition, you will end up becoming nothing. Bringing yourself under commandment. If this is where the Lord has to take me to, then what must I do? And what must I not do? So I do not need anybody to tell me that read your Bible. I do not need anybody to tell me that pray. I do not need anybody to tell me that go for mentors. I do not need anybody to tell me read books, because I know where I'm supposed to be, and self-discipline cuts it out straight, what I must do and what I must not do. So I have brought myself under a personal commandment for about 5 years now. Every year I read the Bible twice.
Ooh, twice.
Genesis to Revelation, every year twice.
Ooh, wow.
It doesn't matter what comes up in the year. It doesn't matter how busy I am.
COVID or not?
It doesn't. No, for last year COVID, it was a privilege for me because I did it thrice.
Because there's more time.
There was more time.
Oh, wow.
So sometimes, in order to catch up for the twice of the year, I have to sit in the office, do all night Bible reading.
That is one all night people don't do. Reading all night.
Reading all night.
Praising all night.
All
not
night.
only prayer all night.
Yes.
Wow.
So the reason I have brought myself under that commandment is because there is a destiny that must be fulfilled. I want to encourage in this year 2021 and beyond, what commandment are you bringing yourself under? Probably somebody is watching us saying, man of God, I want to bring myself under the commandment of no fornication this year. It's a commandment that you must bring yourself under. Probably you are saying, okay, I also want to bring myself under the commandment of no laziness for this year. Self-discipline is bringing yourself under commandment in order to achieve destiny.
Okay. All right. Pillars Golden Moments is also sponsored by Divinely Rhythmic. We write the best citations in the whole world. You can see any size, any good thing. And remember, we write with our hearts, not just with our hands. So whenever you want to appreciate anyone for the good they have done for you some years past, or you are even encouraging someone, you can always call on Divinely Rhythmic. The name says it all, and we shall do a marvelous job that will baffle that person. Thank you once again for joining the Pillars Golden Moments. We are with the founder of Zion Fire Chapel, Apostle Samuel Captain Ajay. He's real captain, and we are already, I've had enough. Today I'm not a hostess, I'm a church member. I'm receiving so much. Let's go on and continue with the self-discipline. And I believe you've learned a lot. Let's go. Have still a golden moment. Well, self-discipline. We were saying something before we went for the break. And are most people self-disciplined? Why are they not self-disciplined? I think you mentioned laziness and some things. I'm just, wow.
Yes, so self-discipline really is the cost that a person must pay in order to fulfill destiny. So you look at what you have to do, where you must get to, and that determines what you must do and what you must not do. So wherever a person is watching us and following us from, you have to just straight away sit down, take a pen, take a paper, and write down things you must not do because you have to achieve destiny, and things you must do and do them on daily basis in order to achieve destiny. This is a very important point everybody must take notice of. You either endure the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. For everybody, you have to endure the pain of self-discipline or the pain of regret.
Because it's not easy.
Yes, it's never easy to be self-disciplined. But if you do not choose that one, it means that you have to choose the pain of regret. And there are countless examples. Maybe just one. A young lady that I have known, a Christian, very committed to church and church activities, very holy. She has not been sleeping around with people, but at the point she felt like she needs a break.
Oh, really?
She has been in church all this while. She needs a break.
A break?
So she went for break. Somebody I personally know, she went for break, and her break was let me have an affair. Let me go and sleep with somebody. Let me fornicate.
See how it feels like.
Let me see how it feels like. I've disciplined myself all this while. I need a break, and the person went on break. Sincerely, before God speaking, the person has HIV/AIDS today. Somebody I spoke to before I came here. And she's battling with it for 2 years now. And she's sowing all kinds of seeds, giving all kinds of offering, doing all kinds of prayer, doing all kinds of fasting on drug. One time she was at the office and she said, "Man of God, I have a kid sister. We are two ladies. There is one, my backbone. And I want you to sit her down and force her to be disciplined."
Imposed.
Yes.
She listen?
She wanted to be imposed over a younger sister. She has been living with regret for 2 years now, and until her death, or if God doesn't intervene and bring her healing. I'm encouraging you that if you don't choose the pain of discipline, self-discipline, then you have to stay with the pain of regret. And the pain of regret will make you cry and cry and cry and cry and cry and cry.
That will not change anything.
It won't change anything. So we encourage you, the cost of discipline in destiny fulfillment. Let's choose its pain rather. Quickly, let me mention two things. Why must you choose to be a disciplined person? Number one, it takes discipline to attain success.
Okay.
It takes discipline to attain success. There is no way you can come to the place of success without discipline. Proverbs 6 said something quite phenomenal. He said, "A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the arm, and then your poverty will come like an armed man."
I like it.
It takes discipline to attain success. No matter the field of your endeavor, if you commit yourself to discipline, you are sure to attain success. Number two, why must I discipline myself? Because it takes discipline to maintain success. It takes discipline to attain success, and it takes discipline to maintain success. If you have already risen to the place of success in your career, in your pursuit, in ministry, in every area of life you are pursuing towards, it takes discipline to maintain it. Without discipline, you sure will lose it.
When you just said that, what came to my mind was parliamentarians. I don't know why. But I think some lost their seats because of lack of discipline.
Oh, yes.
But it just came to my mind. I didn't think of that.
Oh, yes.
And it's not just them, any other person.
If you've introduced it, I think it's worth mentioning one specific case relating to one specific parliamentarian. By the privilege of God's grace, we had the opportunity to relate with him, praying with him, giving him godly and good counsels. I had this information from some key people of his constituents that I shared with him, that this you are doing, you have to check it because the people aren't happy with it. And he felt like, oh, those who are not happy with it are my enemies. They are just small, they are just few. And the resulting to that key thing, he was unable to discipline himself with. He lost the seat here in the Bono region.
Wow. Well, I think it's the Holy Spirit who just mentioned that. But not just the parliamentarians. Most of us have lost our glorious seats in life because of indiscipline.
It's true.
Wow.
I happen to be in one school, and it's a school that had a big name some years back. It was an excellent performing school. Every parent wished to take their children or wards to such a school. The school was an excellent school with a class 1 name in town. It was so for a period of time, but what was making it attain that success was the structures of discipline in the school. Unfortunately, about 5 years now, all those discipline structures has broken down, and now every parent, every ward is retrieving their children from the school. It took discipline to brought them to the place of success, but when they got to the place of success, they should have maintained the discipline that brought them there. Lowering the standard, the name of the school has just gone into a mess.
I just listen to you, so I hear we'll maintain it. It's not easy, right? But we'll maintain it.
We have to.
So to attain and to maintain.
To maintain.
So we really need to be disciplined. Most of us are not hardworking. We should be hardworking.
Yes.
And we should have good mentors.
Yes.
Good. I think you mentioned something. Good company.
Sure. I wish one day we have the opportunity to share with your cherished viewers.
Okay, then we'll do that.
The force of the right association.
Okay.
The place of right association.
Not one day. It's already settled.
Thank you.
So we'll soon do that. Thank you so much. I think you've really said enough. So, Healer's Golden Moment is getting hotter and hotter. Thank you for watching. We are with Apostle Captain Zion Fire Chapel. And he's not just a pastor. I like his versatility. He's a pastor but an inspirational speaker. He's a businessman. He's an entrepreneur. He's all around. That is why I love you to listen to wisdom of such a man. Apostle, what must we discipline? We know discipline. What must we discipline? Because most of us, we don't really know what we must discipline. So we are not getting the success which we should get.
Thank you for this question. I think that for everybody who has been following till this time, that was the same question in their minds. Now I want to be disciplined. I know what it is. I know why. What must I? Number one, you must discipline your time.
Time.
Number one, you must discipline your time. Reason is that your time is your life. Your time is your life. If you cannot account for your time on daily basis, you are not accounting for your life on daily basis. Most of us are wasting time so much on very unimportant things. The time you waste is your life you waste. Number two, what must I discipline? You must discipline your taste.
Hey. Wow.
You must discipline your taste. If I say you must discipline your taste, what I'm saying is that you must know there is a time for everything. There are many people who are living an oversized life under pressure. Oversized life under pressure is what you don't have the financial capacity to do, but because you want to please somebody, because you want to fit in, because you want people to think that you have also arrived, you are under pressure. You must discipline your taste. You must know when you are ready for what. For now, hear this statement: you must like what you have because you must be content. You must discipline your taste. Until you are willing to discipline your taste, you will make many errors. What must you discipline? Discipline your taste. Number three, what must I discipline in order to achieve destiny? You must discipline your words. You must discipline your words. Numbers 18, the Lord said something very serious. And he said that what I hear you say in my ears, that is what I will do for you. Proverbs repeated it in this way: life and death are in the power of the tongue. Jesus in Matthew 12 said something quite more dangerous. He said, for every idle word that comes out of your mouth, you will account for it on the day of judgment. What must I discipline? Discipline your words. In this year, you must fulfill destiny. You must not use your mouth to say just anything. Don't let just anything come out of your mouth. Finally, what must I discipline? You must discipline your thoughts. The things you think about, the things you meditate about, the things you spend time to mull over in your mind, in your heart, in your soul. If you are able to discipline your time, if you are able to discipline your taste, if you are able to discipline, number one, your time, number two, your taste, number three, your words, and number four, your thoughts. If you are able to discipline these four things in this year and beyond, you surely will come to the place of prominence. The Lord bless you and thank you for watching.
Wow, before you go, Apostle, your golden question is simple. If you have the chance to be the president one day, what in Ghana will you change and why?
Wow, thank you. This is, you called it what question?
Golden question.
Golden question. This is really a golden question. Well, the first thing and the only thing I would pursue to change is the mass education of our country. Ensuring that there is knowledge at the doorstep of every person, because lack of knowledge is the reason many people perish, not lack of any other thing. For what you know to do, you are paid for. For what you don't know to do, you pay others for. So the only thing I would have wished to push forth is that everybody will be educated and there will be knowledge everywhere.
That says it all. Thank you so much. You are already a pillar, so I will not talk much. This is prophetic. I want to see you on the world map, and I know it's going to be soon. May God help you. And as you touch this pillar, you are going on to your golden heights. God bless you so much for coming.
Amen.
I'm really grateful.
Amen.
Thank you.
And thank you for honoring me with this pillar. I'm really happy. And once again, I was so happy to be here. Thank you for the honor.
Thank you too. God bless you.
Amen.
I told you so. I've had a golden moment. Have you? I now know that if I don't discipline my time, my taste, my words, and my thoughts, I'm likely to miss my destiny. For one thing we always say, everyone has gold within. You have so much in you. Until you discipline yourself, that success will not come. And you will not be able to touch the world with that gift and talent God has given you. But one thing I always say, God may not judge us just for the sins we have committed. Thank you for joining the Pillars Golden Moment once again. I want to thank everyone who has subscribed to our YouTube channel already. If you haven't, please do. Until we come your way again with another section of wise counsel to make you better, we say, Nagode. God bless you.